Hi, this is King of Review. This problem is almost identical to the previous problem, except that there's a less than instead of a greater than. So I'm going to start by using the same steps I used in my previous problem. I'm going to move the 2 in the log on the right side so that it is an exponent. So we have the log base 1/3 of x minus 4 squared. I'm going to raise 1/3 to the power of both sides, remembering that raising 1/3 to a larger exponent gives me a smaller number. The right side is a larger exponent, so it will end up being a smaller number. I'm going to expand x minus 4 squared into x squared minus 8x plus 16. I'm going to move all my variables over to the right side and then switch sides so that the x's are on the left. If I combine all the variables, I have x squared minus 9x plus 18 and 0 on the other side. Since I switched the sides of my inequality, this becomes less than. I know I can factor x squared minus 9x plus 18 into x minus 6 times x minus 3. And now I know that I have to get something negative, something less than 0, which means two things are possible. Either x minus 6 is positive and x minus 3 is negative, or the other way around, x minus 6 is negative and x minus 3 is positive. Let's see what happens. In the left side, we have x is greater than 6 and x is less than 3. Well, thinking about 6 and 3 on a number line, here's 3, here's 6. We need numbers that are greater than 6 and less than 3. And as we can see visually, these two pieces can never happen at the same time. There are no numbers that are bigger than 6 and also smaller than 3. So this is out. This is impossible. On the right side, we have x is less than 6 and x is greater than 3. Thinking about these two on a number line, 3, 6, we need to be greater than 3 and less than 6. It is certainly possible to be in that interval. We can be greater than 3 and less than 6 at the same time, and the condensed way to write this solution is that x is between 3 and 6. 3 is less than x, which is less than 6. Now, we have to keep in mind, just like in the last problem, that x has a limit because it's going into a log. We know that x minus 4 has to be greater than 0 because no number less than 0 or equal to 0 can go inside of a log. This means x has to be greater than 4 to make sense in our original problem. The other log says that x minus 2 has to be greater than 0, which tells us x has to be greater than 2. But if x is greater than 4, then x is already greater than 2. So let's take all of our solutions now. We know x has to be between 3 and 6, and we know it has to be greater than 4, and that leads us to our final answer that x must be somewhere in between 4 and 6, so that it is bigger than 4, it's bigger than 2, it's bigger than 3, but it's less than 6. So there's our answer. Thanks for watching.